Sitting alone at the bar in Kilburn, mid-afternoon, on a midsummer's day, wearing a suit stained with blood, sweat and booze, drinking the last of this month's rent. He took the boat in '57, leaving behind Mayo, full of hope and fear, an address in his pocket for a ganger and a start. Money for a week to tide him over, Sunday best on his back, new shoes squeezing his feet. No Irish need apply, lodgings hard found, working every hour God sent, paid in the Crown at the weekend, missing home, laughs to hide the pain. Another from the top shelf. Saving for the summer holiday, putting a little by. Back home for a week to the old sod, buying pints for the lads. Bragging about the wages, gold chains around the neck, brought from a suitcase. When did you get home? When are you going back? Back to back-breaking and blighty. Years passing on, body getting tired, drink taking hold. No money for the holidays or the funerals at home. Nights in the doss house, sleeping on the rope. Days in the streets, dreams of a long gone family, passing away in the cold.
Glistening on the morning water's charm, calling us to enter her medicine. Found in the prickles of our suffering, held by soft moving light. Reminding us of the fairy magic, of what is seen and unseen, the altar and the cantor, lost to the language of our poor mother's tongue. Open your eyes on the stony banks of pride. Remember her presence of depth as it dances through the trees of our bloodlines, calling us to reclaim, flitting and floating over thorny ground, dancing through our songlines, an orb of light reflecting in the deep, dark waters of the marshy ponds of knowing, dancing us to our invisible wisdom, a again and again and again. Changing the prism of our dreams, and we begin to see the in-between of first light and the fairy film of morning dew, not daring to touch the unfolding of day. We're in the magic now of life's ancient knowing. She has our attention, dressed in a purple cloth of glistening time, casting her spell of remembrance, honouring the watery reflections of what is lost and what can be found. A bird takes flight, asking us to rewind as we move forward and remember. And remember. And remember the beauty of this moment in the half pink light, the magic hour between night and dawn's first light, when our wisdom returns and our rich mother's tongue feels alive again and again and again. Abu, Abu, Abu.
Sometimes now, I see my father up in heaven, wandering around that strange place where he gathers up what other souls no longer want. As all his life, he gathered unloved things. As if on a screen, I see his big frame bend. His bony hands reach down for a rusted pin, a nail, a coin from some lost kingdom. One day, it will be the very thing someone will need. And when the tears become too much, and this damned bed might be a field, I sit up wondering how the hell the world can always find more fools to lose things and be lost themselves and carry on. Then something in my heart gives in, and I know, as if I'd always known, deep down, that all that trash, that old Christmas wrapping, those balls of string, the belts, belt buckles, the left-hand gloves, the dozens of pairs of worn-out shoes and toeless socks, the blown light bulbs, the blown light bulbs, the coils of wire and threadbare screws, the broken clocks, the plastic bags folded neatly, the leaking pens and dried up markers, the ink-stained rags and blotting paper, the bashed-in tins of washers, plasters, needles and lint were never his at all. Were meant for me.
They're sodden, the lot of them, leafy, with more than a whiff of damage, mottled with history, dark with grime. God knows I've wanted them different, less preoccupied, more jaunty, less handled with care, more airbrushed, less prone to impossible dreams, less perishable, a little more willing to soak in the sun. They don't measure up. They're unpunctual. They turn suddenly tuberous, but they matter for their crooked smiles, their endless distractions, their sudden pauses. Signs that they know how green stems twist and thicken as they vanish into the dark, making their way through their own sticky vernacular tissues of mud. Improvising, blundering, improvising.
Latrina Vox. Collage is lonely. Any League of Legends players? This is the sign you asked for. My parents think nothing is good enough. Up the Ra. Birds aren't real. Don't vote the same pricks back in Feb 8th. I have an eating disorder. I just want to feel beautiful. Birdwatchers everywhere are shook. Ross Mulcahy is hung like a horse. Repeal. My boyfriend says he loves me and I'm scared. I don't understand why he would. Any bags? My boyfriend says he loves me, but will find me more sexually attractive if I was thinner. Love yourself first. You are yours. Tomato! Fuck him, then leave him. I broke up with him. Yay! I cheated on my boyfriend and now I'm pregnant. We are not retreating, just advancing in reverse. And the bullying continues in college. Any hash on tick? Any bags? I fuck up everything. YOLO with a line through. You live every day, you only die once. Why can't my lonely ass find a decent man? Beyonce is ruining music. I might be pregnant and the fellas from Kerry, 50-50 is gonna be a leprechaun. Bullying is in your head. Change your attitude. Nobody knows I'm trans, but I'm still terrified using the ladies. Coronavirus more dangerous than we're being told. I'm falling in love with my friend, but I can't tell her. This is your bathroom and anyone who thinks otherwise can feck off. Yes, you are. You are enough. Embrace your weirdness. I love Beyonce.
Undersea, there are mountains, and you can float to their peaks. They will pass you up, where we break the glass with naked bodies, where only starlight strikes chapped water, hits the thin puddle, drying out and dripping, clung to your shoulder. You are wrapped in ocean and these arms gone cold. The moon itself kisses the milky hill of your eye. Its light is low and creeps beneath your roving lashes, arrives at welcome doors. I follow it in. Where wind is hasty and giddy and races through your unbrushed hair like you were a forest it grew up playing in, and your limbs grow tired from staying afloat. You tilt away, lie weightless in my open palms. You request I hold you by the head, not to take the weight from your neck, but the pace from your thinking, you say. Cradle me better, cradle me sinking, cradle me back to thinking nice things.
I stood one day in the great pleasure garden at Cool, where the catalpa blossom, handing out pods in autumn long as cigars that George Moore and Edward Martin smoked after dinner at Tullyra. Sad wilderness of panicles, roses gone thorning, 7 leaves instead of 5 gay sportive blooms that had lost their seed and names in lengthy Latin. I stared a while beneath the copper beech, where railings guarded initials, wintered in the bark, deep cut, of W, B, and Y, AG, AJ, AE, and SOC. Thinking again how Lady Gregory would drive 12 miles day after day, sun raining in a phaeton, along her avenues with phaeton, through the 7 woods, by alleys of wild privet, lake lingering, to count the swans for Willie. I came to the bust, Maecenas, crumbling on his pedestal, obeyed the clear instructions in that unfinished poem of Yeats, calling to find the echo that lives by the high wall at the left-hand corner in private. Echo. Whereabouts can you hear from? Here. My task in the future, can I know? No. Must I still hope? Still body on? On. Yet how can I be certain my way is right? Right. Tell me what thoughts had Carol O'Daly, swift, who called on other echoes lonely as you. You.
Upon my head grows memory hair, and where I step grows fungi. So I walk in a circle, letting him bud out, crisp, white, and spongy, and slowly while they age and grow to become stone. A stone circle, more profound and amplified in mystic and power, because they somehow echo the moon's soft line. In my own dreaming track, I backtrack to the spot, retracing the old mushroom road I laid long before, where I was younger, a rainbow cloak, and the antlers branched out, smothered in leaves of amber. Because of age, I've become bold. I've lost my memory hair, becoming weary image of those I ghosting younger orange remains, becoming useless and lost until I reincarnate.
of the unreachable kiss in the corner of Miss Darling's lips. Denier of the future, fearer of the beard, needy survivor of frightening dreams, last minute rescuer, saver of skins if only to show off my prowess and skill, petulant playmate, and devotee of altering boys to fit their trees. Sinister fixer of unspoken culls when boys show signs of growing up. Witness to trauma. Deliverer of death. Unmarked because I'm sure to forget. There are always rumors, stories, tales of children who die unafraid of the soundless flight that never betrays the shadowless boy who takes them halfway.
If you should lose a boy, look for an unattended pram in a multi-story car park. Silence. Footsteps. Then click. The fluorescent buzz of fate as it swarms, and when you look inside, you'll find the pram is empty. So many ways for a boy to get lost. Some climb out of their buggies. Some climb right out of their skins. Some are lost to other mothers, other homes. Some to guns or gods. How could a lost boy possibly know what a mother looks like? Not one of them remembers her laugh or the color of her eyes. All those yearning years. And finally, when she appears, all they see is a great white bird. They fear the mocking tones of the forgetful boy they dare not question. He always said,
If you find your mothers, I hope you like them.
It is 10 o'clock by the crocodile when they leave Neverland. An open window smiles them home to number 14. Morning finds their feet bound to bedposts, ankles grazed by ties that anchor them to the ground. They are bystanders now. It is time that flies unhindered, say the adults. Not children. So many adventures to forget. First in classrooms, then offices. In place of pirate hats, bowlers. A costume for the pantomime of grown-up life. Their wives will never live up to my make-believe mothering. Years pass. The crocodile stalks.
He didn't want to hear about the family I fell out of, but handed me a cross made of sticks. A sword, he said, so I could fight. First time, I got the shakes. Wendy nursed my wounds, read me stories of heroes, and told me everything would be just fine. Liar. We had to kill the enemy. We had to take the island for ourselves, for the boy who called himself the Great White Father and never remembered our names. Spiderwebbed corner of my mind crouched a voice that said victory was just another story. Victory was just another story. Victory was just another story. I don't want to hear. He believed enough for all of us. He knew, for sure, that we would die for him. We didn't know if he would do the same for us.
the cloud architect. Instead of working, I draw pictures. Mountain vistas or views from high windows. Overseeing the bottleneck below. I sketch a monk adorned in saffron robes. He contemplates the sunlight on St. Luke's. And the steel grey rain. Comes thundering in like a train. Moment to moment, the days pass. The pine door isn't aware of spring. Dormers weather the storm, and cumulus radiatus crosses from sky to sky, each one on the point of breakdown. When night falls, I slowly disappear. The clouds dissolve in the dark, and a small orange sun flickers and fades away. Twilight consumes the tower that was there. All that is solid melts into air. Every sound in the town be recorded. The river half full. The kids in afternoon playgrounds. The fool stood out on the street to sing. The believers and all of the certain doomed driving to work, eating their takeouts, beached in the midsummer sun. All of it, all of them. And late one night, he made a digital negative, an inverse wave, which the following evening he broadcast so loud on his stereo, driving around with the windows rolled down and the volume up full, that its sound cancelled out the originals, and everything went still. The factories, the traffic, the games and the arguments, the inside and out, the known world's perfect din and constant roar. Until all that was left was two lovers in darkness, whispering together words never uttered before.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning for oxygen. Sometimes I forget to. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how can anyone be so fucking stupid as to forget to? And of course, some people ask, is that play? Isn't that what killed Michael Hutchins? And I'm like, no. Michael was a pure pleasure seeker who lost two senses, lost taste and smell, and in losing, lost everything. Life became sepia. He Midas the wine, could not taste the skin of a lover, bit into green gold apples, breaking teeth, the poisoned shimmer of the river water refracting all around him, pouring molten down the valley, the broken bodies of the girls he did not mean to break. With everything you touch dissolves. The trick is to keep. I can still smell you, but you are so far away. I never wanted to touch until touching was forbidden, until all became gold. Everything thickens, everything blooms, everything glistens. With everything juice, everything appears so deliciously moist. I hold my, because I am hoping that this all returns.
Walking souls in procession. A rock whale surfaced among fields. A telluric wave from earth to heaven. Clamber over sod and scratch. They wait for providence. Automatons heed the call to climb. In search of God's grace. Ever-changing earth, churn around us. Hold your peace. The pilgrim's path is worn away to dust. Soft clod of moss and mud, the fungal bloom of new decay. The citadel is calling out. Echoes in the vast grey world, with hurried, crowded step, heaving, quaking, panicked mob. On reaching Jerusalem, the temple is all emptiness. You see them climbing ahead, a snaking mass of humanity, crowding out their idols. And at the summit only desolation.
I search for its name and realise that it is flying straight for me. It lands in my arms, mysterious at a distance and up close, wing and wind, down and water, a back that I could climb upon, be taken to the edge of all that I have known. I wake on that hesitation. I take a break from your bedside, drive by the takeaway in Sandymount, remember my last words to you, get well and we'll go for chips. When we drove this way before, you wanted to stop and eat chips by the sea. I didn't. I stop now. 2 swans flying low. There's my dream out, you used to say. Or, get up quick. I dreamt last night the Mohallies travelled up from Cork. We need to clean the house. Sure enough, they'd arrived that evening. House clean, food in the cupboard. As if we always lived like that.
Descent of an Irish sea goddess. I prayed to you today in your wild, calm waves of knowing and holding. Your wisdom's compass pointing which and every way. To shore, to sea, to the lighthouse of dreams. Cleana, you heard my drowning plea. Thank Goddess, you rescued me.